Looks like we're going to need to charge this battery. Better grab another one off my desk just to play it safe. Alright, Boomer Rangers, welcome back to the channel. We're headed down to New Jersey again for one last go at this hunt that actually ends on the 19th of February. Not as much stuff this time because everything else is in the car. And let's grab a couple of these bags and make sure we got our wheel kit this time. We need to be able to haul something out should we get it. Alright, so you be sure to stay tuned. We should be in New Jersey this afternoon. So I am on the New Jersey Turnpike finally. I stopped in Secaucus, used the facility at my company, and I couldn't get back on the highway. All the lanes were blocked. I finally succeeded to get back on 95 South, and this is what I'm dealing with for the next 3 miles. Apparently they had a serious truck fire last night. They closed this thing down tight. I thought, well, hey, I was getting on the highway. The good news is I'm on the highway. The bad news is I'm dealing with this for the next 3 miles. This 15W I couldn't get on over there. And it's a beautiful day. It's going to be 50 degrees. I'm anxious to get down to the parks, get my tree stand hanged, pick a spot for tonight's sit. I'm confident we're going to be at the hotel in about an hour and then over to the park. I'm just not sure whether I'm hunting the park or whether I'm going to hunt the wildlife management area. But we are moving, so that's kind of the good news. And you know, when you're an eternal optimist like me and you've been hunting for 4 months in 4 states and have yet to get a deer, this is it. This is the grand finale. We've got to get a deer on the ground the next 3 days. Give it everything we've got, all right? Come on, boomers. What do you think? We're going to get one? We'll find out real soon, right? That's all. All right, so we're ready to go. 50 degrees. Feels like I'm hunting Georgia. And I am at the parks. You can see the tree, you can see the power lines down there. Hunting is open till the 19th, as I mentioned earlier. We're going to take the big one just in case I get a deer. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to use any corn, although it's legal here. You're allowed to have 5 gallons, but I'm kind of out of space and I don't know where I'm going exactly, so I'm just going to leave the corn right there. Hopefully nobody steals it. You're supposed to have your bows closed. That's because they get a lot of pedestrian traffic in these parks, but you're not allowed to shoot from the ground either, so if you should jump one, I'm really screwed. All right, so we're gonna go in, we're gonna go find a tree, we're gonna get up the tree, we're gonna hunt till dark. All right, hoping today is the day. All right, so it is Thursday, and the date I think is the 10th. Tomorrow would be Friday the 11th. It's about 3:30. Sunset is about 5:28. You're allowed to hunt till a half hour after sunset, so should be able to hunt this spot up until just about 6 o'clock, and then I'll let everything down easily and climb down from this tree stand, leave it here, see what tomorrow's wind conditions bring. If it doesn't improve, we'll take the smaller stand across town. But I just wanted to, you know, give you guys a lay of the land because we haven't been here since very early. The good news is no horses, nobody walking dogs, nobody on bicycles, just one little house cat looking for mice. But I'm going to have to take the micro SD card out of this GoPro and put it into Tacticam because I forgot to put one in there. We just got back from the Great American Outdoor Show and I'm a little bit disoriented, but we'll have everything fixed up tomorrow. We should have all the gear working good. So until then, wish me luck. Hey Boomer Rangers, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing in this content, please like and subscribe and share. We got some really good content planned for next year. Here we are, day 2, first morning hunt in New Jersey, and we're going to go back to the parks this morning. If that doesn't work out around 10 o'clock, we're going to pack up the tree stand and head over to wildlife management area. You can see it's about 5 o'clock. I managed to get up before the alarm goes off, which is pretty typical, right? I'm going to leave the camera bag in the car. I'm not bothering with the camcorder today. I'm just going to rely on the GoPro and the Tacticam. Let's push it again. It looks like we have a full battery. We've got a full card. We should be in good shape. It's getting a little warm in this hotel room. I don't know why. But maybe lower the temperature a little bit. All right, folks. Anyhow, we're going to give it heck today. As I said, till 10 or 11. If it doesn't work out at the parks, we're going to go back to the wildlife management area. We may just hunt on the ground at the wildlife management area, depending on the wind. It was very windy yesterday. Wind kept shifting directions, messing things up. But I'm still optimistic. Stay tuned. Hey, well, Boomer Rangers, tell you how this day is going. Drop this down a bit so you could see. It's actually going to be about 60 degrees today. It just doesn't feel anything like 60. It feels about 40, maybe 35. The wind is still strong, keeps switching directions. Originally it was crossing here, then it was in my face, now it's back at my back forward, so it just keeps changing directions. We've been here since about 6:30. I mean, it's a nice spot. I just don't think the deer are moving. I think they're bedded down, and we're gonna have to go out and find them. So I'm thinking about bagging it. It's 6:30. It's about 10 o'clock now. Thinking about going down from the blind, picking all my stuff up, and heading over to the wildlife management area. We'll pick this up when we get over. Friday morning, February 11th. I thought I saw one hunter here this morning, but it turned out to be a guy who slept overnight with his beagle, and then he was heading down south. It looked like there was somebody wearing camouflage here just recently. Yesterday was a pretty good day dog-wise. There weren't that many dogs. This guy's coming down here with 2 big white dogs now. I'm giving this till 10 o'clock today. I don't see any deer, and I see too many more hikers, then I'm just gonna call it quits. But consider just some B-roll. Oftentimes I don't get noticed, but he's got 2 beautiful setters. I love to bird hunt with those dogs. Hey, he waved. Okay, sports fans, we're back here. It's about 11:30 right now. I said I was going to pack up this is my old tree lounger with the optional wheel kit. It's even got an optional bow hunt platform. Rigged up like this, it probably weighs about 35 pounds. I haven't been able to carry this on my back for the last 10 years. Sadly, there's no deer to put on top. But to give you some idea what this is going to be like, and this is an old world design, this tree lounger. I probably should, I've discovered that once a crossbow is cocked, it doesn't quite fit in the case anymore. And I'm not going to be able to decock it until I get to the car, at which point I'll put a tip in there, target tip, shoot it. You're not supposed to keep them. Barnett doesn't recommend keeping them cocked for more than 4 to 5 hours. I was here this morning at 6:30, so we're exactly at 5 hours. All right, well, that's it. We're headed over to wildlife management area after lunch, just for an evening, kind of a pokey walk. See if I can jump one out of their beds. That's the only chance I think I have of sticking one today. But this thing ends next week, the 19th, a week from Sunday. That's all. That's all for now, folks. Stay tuned. Just to prove to you guys, my fans, that there are deer here. There's a pretty fresh track right there. I just passed a couple of rubs on the way in. But sadly, there are more dog tracks and a lot more These are not elk, at least not in New Jersey. That would be a horse, and this is horse country. Colts Neck, New Jersey, right around the corner. And there are lots and lots of horses around. Now, I have not seen too many this hunt, but the time before that, you see my initial video, you'll see how many horses came by. All right, as I said, we're packed up. We're going to get into the parking lot. We're going to decock the Barnett Raptor FX, take a break for lunch, get cooled down a little bit. I had so many layers on this morning. It's actually 60 degrees now. It sure felt like about 25 most of the morning with the wind blowing at 15 feet up in a tree. That's hunting, no guarantees. Hey Boomer Rangers, real quick here, Friday afternoon, the last, I'm not even going to call it the sit, the last still hunt. We're at the wildlife management area again. You see I'm wearing a little orange because there's a sign down the street that says hunters wear them, you should wear them too. So I just thought I'd throw this on. It's not much. Deer are colorblind anyhow. If there's somebody out there, I won't get mistaken walking around for a small deer. It doesn't appear to be anybody else hunting, and I did see 3 feeding in the middle of a field. They should be coming out. The temperature is right at around 60 right now. It's unbelievably hot. But I'm going to go back in. The wind seems to be right for a change. So we're cocked, locked, and loaded. Sharp arrowhead on top. And we are ready to give it our best. Let's see what happens, guys. So I don't know what this stuff is called, but a number of the boys from the Map Breeding Challenge, including just the one he hunted this property, use this as opposed to using, look, you can see exactly which way the wind is blowing. It's been crazy all day. It keeps shifting, but for the most part it's been out of the southwest and very, very brisk. I think I'm gonna either decock the bow and or take it out of the arrow and drive further down for the last hour sit. Now the bucks have probably already shed their antlers, but as you can see from here, this little swampy area, very close to private land and horses on to my right, it's torn up. I mean, you can just see how the buck just won this whole thing. They like it in here because it's thick. My only regret was we didn't get here while there was snow on the ground, so I could specifically follow some of the trails and find out which ones crisscross. There are some beautiful straight trees here for climbing. This would be a lot easier than where I was over at the park. This is the wildlife management area, but the trees are clear. There aren't as many vines as there were over at the park. It seems like the vines just crawled up every tree. It'd be a hard time to climb it. Trees here are just perfectly straight. Be easy to get 20 feet up. All right, that's all for now.